justice. Of course it's about justice, not about some sort of fanciful notion that this is about truth and reconciliation. Like I said, no, I didn't interrupt you. Like I said, this is about the steps towards justice. I never said that this is about justice. I said, and I used the analogy of a 100-metre race, that we are in the very first steps of that race and to justice. Now, somebody's definition of justice is somebody else's definition of something else. And I accept that the member may have different ideas about what this is. But this is essentially about righting a wrong. This is essentially about the beginnings of justice. This is about justice. Somebody took something from me, I've gone to court, I've sought reparations. Now, those reparations may not be what you might have wished for, but at the end of the day, it is a beginning of a process. And if what I hear from a number of members of Parliament today, that it's not enough, and we shouldn't be doing it. Actually, if you listen to some of the speeches from my Green colleagues, that's what they hinted at. That's what they hinted at. So it is about getting to a place where you say, yes, we agree on the historical events. Yes, we agree on a reparations, whether it's monetary or whether it's cultural redress. That in itself is the start of a justice process. It's not the be-all and end-all, and it never will be. But at the end of the day, it is a part and parcel of a justice process, because that's what it was always about. When somebody or an organisation takes something from you, there has to be consequences. Now, whether it's war, whether it's a financial settlement, whether it's the return of land, whatever, that is always up to negotiation. So I take my hat off to those that have been involved in the negotiation process. And I take my hat off to those people who have been able to get to a point where the two sides can sit down and sign. Nobody forces people to do anything. Nobody forces people to accept what's on offer. At the end of the day, it is about a process. And we've got to a point in that process where the two sides are reasonably happy. And it will take most probably another 100 years to get to another point in the 100-metre race. But that's for other people to decide long after we've gone from this place, Mr. Speaker. I want to make a quick mention of Willie Te Aho, who is a firebrand, who is uncannily, like myself, jumps in where most probably angels fear to tread, goes off like I do. In fact, he's so much like me, it's scary. But we shouldn't get too worried about people like that, because they add to the mix, they add to the whole part of treaty negotiations and people's passion. And without passion, we won't get anywhere. Without belief, we won't get anywhere. So I do take my hat off to people like Linda and Willie, who have put all of their lives on the line. And I tell you what. Linda's not like Willie. Oh no, I'll tell you what. If we can't handle a few criticisms in this place, and I know that I've had a few over the 15 years that I've had in here. We need to harden up. We really do need to harden up. This is a brutal place, and it can be brutal within our own Parliament, but also the criticisms from the public, for whatever reason, whether it's right or wrong, are brutal. But we should know the day that we come in here that that's going to happen. And so I hear what the sister is saying, and I appreciate what she's saying. Well, actually, I think if you're going to individualise it to Willie himself, Willie has done a huge amount in getting a number of settlements to the closure stage. This is really the first time that he's actually gone off in terms of a treaty settlement that he has been involved in. And so I'm not going to besmirch his reputation. Everybody knows that he got settlements throughout the motu, and that was what he was paid for, and that was what he was passionate about. So cut some people some slack if they now and again tend to go off, Mr. Speaker. Anyway, those are all related matters. The fact is that we're here at the second reading. We're here at that part of the settlement process, and I look forward to, before the election, before the House pulls up sticks, that we can get to the third reading of this, Ngati Haua and Tūhoi, at least. And then that will, I think that will be a satisfactory point where we get to in this Parliament and leave whatever comes next for the next Parliament. Kia ora.
I call Sue Moroney.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker. It's an honour to rise and take